This is it, guys, the final video in preparation to Final Gear dropping on iOS and Android. I've got reroll information, tier and unit information, and of course my final checklist. Make sure we're ready to go.
Where's my coffee?
So if you guys aren't already pre-registered, I'm surprised. I mean, you should be. The game is expected to be out on September 30th, but the way things have been going, games have been dropping early. Sometimes they've been pushed back. So please stay tuned and watch their socials, join their Discords, and keep up on that information for yourself. I'm only going to go through a re-rolling process for you guys here. If you're new, stick around. I'm also going to go through units and tiers and culmination of what I was able to find online. Guys, it's a mess. It's all over the place. We're dealing with Japanese, we're dealing with Chinese, we're dealing with all sorts of different versions, and I'm just gonna try and dumb it down as much as I can for us all to give us less of a headache, and I'll give you my final list, my sort of checklist near the end of this video. So I hope you enjoy it. Of course, let me know in the comments if you need some more information or some preparation for a new game or any of that jazz, guys. My comments are always open and I love to hear from you. I love to hear from my friends and family, and if you're new to the family, subscribe so you get more notifications of this kind of content and other mobile games. I stick to iOS and Apple games, just in case you're wondering. Let's go over the reroll process. If you're not familiar what that is, it means that you didn't like what you got for your tutorial roll or your starter units and you want to crash your game or delete any instance of your game and start over. Now, in this game, they are linking to login services, so you are going to need to have salted/multi/alt emails. These are emails you're going to have access to. You can't just make up a new email. You're going to be using this as a login service, so it needs to be linked to the Apple or linked to Google or linked to Facebook. The other option is to use the guest account, and what you do is you sign in as a guest. You're not going to like your role. You're going to clear your data, or you're going to uninstall and then reinstall to reroll. Emails. If you didn't like what you got, log in with a new email. So you will need to have those multiple emails. And you'll need to have an email in mind that you're going to bind your final choice with. Once you proceed and you get what you want, you're going to need an email to bind your account. And that is for recovery purposes down the road. If you ever lose access to your account or change devices, you want to merge, to a new phone or something like that, you need that link, guys. The way the tutorial works is you progress through the missions, you get your tutorial, and you're going to get your recruit function, and this is where you're going to grab your pilot. You can use your unlimited roles. It's the first role, the recruitment role, is an unlimited role, so you can save your strongest batch. You may be sitting there doing a reroll for a couple minutes before you get what you want. So the whole traditional reroll process, because we have an unlimited reroll option here on our recruitment banner, is pointless. Gentlemen, I don't want to cause offense, but I do believe that if you're going to reroll, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You guys should just be progressing through this. Get the strongest role you can from the recruitment banner, from the unlimited roles, and then continue on. So use an email that you pre-registered with. That way you are also going to get your pre-registration rewards after the 8 days of login, okay? I really do not ever recommend re-rolling, and especially when the game is set up this way. Not only is it tied into Apple, Google, and Facebook accounts, but also we have an unlimited roll option. There's no reason to do a re-roll process. I think games are kind of cluing in, aren't they? Anyways, you can also you can proceed more through the game, and you can spend crystals on the recruitment. You can pick up your mail, you can pick up all your pre-registration rewards and do another recruitment. Now your goal, so this is the goal, guys, is that you want to get 2 SSR in your guaranteed banner, okay? That unlimited pull. You want 2 SSR units, and you want them to be, at least one of those be on the tiers that we're going to go through, okay? The other option is to get 1 SSR, then afterwards just paying with crystals. So a total of 3 SSR units would be a great start, guys. So now that we know the reroll process, which again, I do not recommend, we can start talking about these tiers. Now, guys, it's all over the place. The tiers are all over the place. They're in different languages. I had to try and filter it out, like I said, to give you my best guess of how the tiers are going to work. And how we'll start with is we'll look at basically the Japanese tier off of the documents. I have the link in the description. At the top of the tier list for Japan, and I should make a note of this, guys, when you're grabbing that link, you're going to want to use Google Chrome for the translate Japanese to English, okay? That's your best option if you're going to want to understand what you're reading here. And once you click on each link, it reloads and yada, yada, yada. It's kind of a pain, but it's worth it. So you understand what you're reading. This is all in Japanese. So I went through and this picture that you're seeing here, so they have all these units listed. I'm not even looking at that. I had a couple tiers I went through. I've combined them, and then this Japanese tier was the most relevant. It's talked about on Discord. They say, listen, we're going on this tier, we're going on this tier, so hey, that's what we're doing. But I don't even want to look at those third tier units. I want to stick with the top two. So right at the top, you got UR Lillian. She has an extra skill because she's in a UR unit. She's the only UR unit, and she's a sniper. So the types of units that they have, like they have sniper, bombing, fighting, guardian, shooting, explosion, like a conductor. So these are different types. Or I guess there's the type of skill that they use. I'm not going to get too pro, guys. I'm going to keep it I got enough pro on my paper here. If you guys saw the amount of papers I have with pen all over, it's just ridiculous. Okay, now move down to the next tier. So this is the tier that we're going to want to focus on for units that they say for Japanese tiers. Some of the names are kind of tentative. Keep that in mind. But the two units there that are together, that's Shinji and Kuwaru, they are bombing. Then we have Ray, again, tentative name, and that's a fighting unit. We have Mali, who's a sniper. We have Ringal, who's a guardian. Kasanagi is a shooter. Blade is a fighter or fighting. And Schmilly is explosion. Now, none of these names, not one of them, were on the other tiers that I saw or talked about in the Discord. It was very confusing that people are referring to this tier, but nobody's talking about these units other than Lillian. And it could be that they are more exclusive or limited units. It's maybe because the Japanese version had progressed. I'm not sure, guys, but let's move on. The units that I have listed in other tiers, I have Nova. Now, Nova is a shooter, and she's in general recruit, but she was listed at the top of the very first tier that I found. She was the top unit there, listed all on her own. After that, we had Violet, and then we have Snowy, and then we have Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth is free for us on day 8 because of the pre-registration rewards meeting their goal. We get her for free. She's our free waifu. Violet, and Elizabeth, she's a conductor. You can also get her from the general, like the unlimited draw, the redraw. The other one's Violet. She's a shooter, and she's in general recruitment as well. And Snowy's explosion, and she's in general recruitment as well. Lillian is limited banner. She's a UR. I'm not sure how we're going to get that unit. It's probably going to be a while. There was some talk about some units. I think another one was Blade, the fighting unit. That's going to be coming later on, guys. We can't look forward to them right now. Because we know that information now, we know that there's a couple tiers running around, and it's kind of all over the place. Like there's names like Dango, Viola. I don't know if Viola is Violet as well. There's 816 PN26, Natasha, Evelyn, Corley, Margaret, Solveig, Roxanne, and Esmeralda. Like there's names after names, guys. I'm sorry, but I wanted to trim it down to 3 or 4 names, and that's what I've done. So my final tier, who I'm looking for, guys, is at the very top. I don't care how long it takes. Lillian, the UR Lillian, I need to get her. She's my number one. She's the meta waifu. And then after that, so kind of again filtering what everybody was talking about in the Discord. What's the perfect role? You got to look for these names. We have Violet. We have Snowy, and we have Elizabeth, okay? Now, we know we're getting Elizabeth for free, so let's just keep it to Violet and Snowy. You guys want to do some roles? I think your best bet is going to have that Violet and Snowy in there. If you can see Violet and Snowy, keep it. You know you're going to get Elizabeth for free after 8 days, right? On their Facebook, they do have, because like some of the information is kind of all over the place depending on what social you're looking at and stuff. But on their Facebook, I know for sure they have the screenshots. They have lots of wallpapers that you guys can use. I put them in the video here as backgrounds and things like that. But they also have character lists, like talking about the characters that are in the game, and I do have some of them on the screen here for you. So Evelyn, who's like the poster child of the game, or the main unit, you know, like she's in a lot of the advertisements and a lot of the artwork. She's not listed on a high tier, guys, but I mean, she has some information here that they've given us, like her character profile. She's a Gemini, perfect, same as me. And then we have Coral. Again, oh, you know what? Evelyn is a striker and Coral is also a striker, so these would be like hitters. You know, they tell us their skills on their guys. They have Flavia, who I don't have listed on a tier at all. Aya Kuju. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know if I could ya, but would ya? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I don't know who this one is. Another striker. Yeah. Then we have a defender, Corley. So Corley did actually come up on a list. She was like tier 4 / air quote tier 3. Corley was listed with like Natasha and Evelyn and Margaret. So maybe that's what to look for. She's cute. I think she's really cute. Oh, and she likes cute things. Perfect. And PN26. Oh, that one I also mentioned. Yeah. Ilahith. I think her name was actually Elizabeth. PN26 Elizabeth, and they changed it. That looks very familiar to me on my notes. I had PN26 Elizabeth. So, hey, I don't know. Maybe there's some lore to that. We don't know what she likes. We don't know what her birthday is. We don't know what her sign is. We don't know nothing about her. But this is also the one, I don't know if we have to have some trigger warnings for some people for the waifu versus protect. So keep that in mind, gentlemen. Okay. That is it, guys. That's your chance now to make your list of your waifus, your protect ladies. All of the things that you need to know about the game. I said, you know, you can find on their socials, their Discord and things like that. Filter it all out for yourself, because I'm never going to get pro in these conversations. But it's good to know ahead of the game, a heads up as to what I've been hearing are the meta or the units to give you the best start. Remember, we're dealing with Japanese tier. It's kind of all over the place. You kind of pick and choose your units, but this is what I'm showing. All right, Violet, Snowy, and Elizabeth, who we're getting for free. So why not add Lily into that, the UR? All right, and who knows when we're going to get her. If you guys have any feedback for me, please leave a comment. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the family to get those silly notifications. I don't know if they work, but hey, here's hoping they do. And I will see you guys in the game soon. It's days away. They have a countdown on their Facebook. They have lots of events on there. I encourage you guys to please go check that out. And until I see you in my next video, or on my socials, or live on stream, or all that good stuff, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye-bye.